Alright, Solomon, start recording now. Good Lord, it is hot. Oh man. So, tell by title of the video that this video is going to be about the Metric Method meetup that I went to this last weekend and the music equipment that I use. If you were able to go to the Metric Method 10-year thing, it's pretty cool. Guy won a Grom in a raffle for $15, I think it was, for one ticket. That was cool for him. But the cool part for me was, meeting or seeing again the motovloggers that I like to watch. Finally, I got the California motovloggers. I got all the ones, pictures of them on my bike, which is always fun because they're all sport bike riders who are always amazed at how heavy one of these is. But the main part of this is going to be the music equipment that I use every week at church and whenever I play anywhere, really. I saw Walter Black did it. Oh hey, a Road Glide! Oh my gosh! I saw him, and me and him need to be best friends because we have the same bike. I saw Derek do the same thing with his stuff. So I'm just gonna go in order because I've gotten rid of a few of them, but I pretty much remember all the bases I've had. I think it's less than 12, I think. So the very first bass that I got was a Hartkey bass. It came with a little fake leather gig bag and a little 15-watt amp, and I destroyed that thing. I played that thing so hard. And after a while, my father, because I've been playing so much, he got me a Squier Precision bass. Thank you. And I played that one for a long time too. Then after that, I got my favorite band ever was pretty much still is, but back then was System of a Down, and I won the same bass that bass player had because I liked the way it sounded. And System of a Down is the reason I started playing bass. The song Psycho was the reason I wanted to play bass. I was like, that sounds so cool, I want to do that. As a Gibson Thunderbird, which is a pretty weird looking bass. I got an Epiphone one because that was really good bass. It acclimated well to the different tunings and stuff, because I always, if you don't know, System of a Down tunes their instruments down to C, but not C standard, drop C, so it's C, G, C, F. After the first 3 albums and the 4th and 5th one, they moved up half step, so everything was drop tuned, and then it was brought down to half step, so it was D flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. So I kept going back and forth between those two depending on what songs I was playing. Now you would think, hey Solomon, why don't you just use one the bass for one the other? I didn't think of that back then. I just kept switching. I figured, oh, it's only 1 fret difference. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. So I kept switching back and forth. And then I got a black Fender Jazz bass, an American one, which was nice. And that one, it was really cool. Like my first video on YouTube, it's a video of me playing YYZ with that bass. too. But the thing about the Fenders is the Fenders didn't like the drop tuning. It didn't. They always rattled no matter how much neck adjustment I did. And even on later Fenders, it still wouldn't work. But I was in the 8th grade or so at that point. And when I started high school, I had a 60th anniversary Fender precision bass. I don't know why. I never liked precision basses. I think it was just showed up and I just got it. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll play this. But now, yeah, I hate precision basses. I don't like how they sound at all. Then I got a fretless jazz bass, and that was my baby throughout high school. I played that thing every chance I got. I played in that bass. I played in marching band where we had bass parts. So yeah, I love that bass. My senior year of high school was kind of like a graduation present. I got a 5-string Fender jazz bass, a really old one, and I was like, okay, I like 5-string now. Before I was completely against it. I'm like, there's no need for that. I'm never gonna use it. I got the 5-string and then I actually defretted it like Jocko did, because I was so used to fretless at that time and I wasn't done with fretless really. So I defretted that one and played that one a long time. A lot of my old videos of me playing on YouTube are with that bass too. And eventually I defretted the precision bass, the Squier precision bass, and I defretted half of the Thunderbird. So everything above the 12th fret was fretless, which is kind of gimmicky, kind of cool. I like it. When I do play it, I like messing with that. And after that, probably a little bit after high school, I wanted a Steinberger 5-string because I thought it looked really cool and I really liked the sound that it had. I went to NAMM. After high school, I went to NAMM and I was in the Gibson room because Steinberger's owned by Gibson now. Thank you. And I was playing the Steinbergers. Like, I played the Spirit ones, I was like, man, but then I played a Steinberger Synapse and a 5-string, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. I need this bass. And then, you know, eventually I got one. My father got me one. I played that thing all the time. That was my main bass. I stopped. At that point, I wasn't a Fender fanboy anymore. It was like, meh. Because the Fenders are great for certain applications, but they're not, the sound variety isn't that wide. You can only do so much with a Fender. And I like the Steinberger because it had an EMG pickup in it, and it had active. It was active, so now I've never had an active bass before that, and I was like, I was amazed at how much better the active was. Oh, completely forgot the acoustics. Before I get to the new ones I use now, I've had, geez, two acoustic basses. I had the low-grade POS for Fender acoustic. I played that in high school too. I used to carry that around in high school and play because I was bored, and it was just, that bass was awful. Then I got a Fender, the Fender fretless, the 4-string that I had, I played through all through high school. I actually traded that at Guitar Center for a Fender Kingman bass, acoustic bass, and I played that one all the time too. That's somewhere. But then I started playing at churches more and all that, and I finally got to my dream bass. My dream bass was always a Zahn of some kind. I never wanted a Rickenbacker. They were never my style. I didn't like the sound they had. But my dream bass was, because Michael Mannering is one of my favorite bass players, and I played some Zahns at NAMM too, and I was like, yeah, I could never spend this much on the bass, but these are amazing. If I ever have the money to, I'm gonna get one of these. This is gonna be my main type of bass. So I actually got two. I have two Zahn Sonus basses. They're both 5-string. One's fretless, one's fretted. One has these big Bartolini pickups, the other one has smaller ones. The fretless has smaller ones, the other one has bigger ones. And those are my two main use basses. When I play at church, I play the Steinberger a lot because I'm comfortable with leaving the Steinberger at church and not worrying about it getting stolen or anything. How long is it gonna take me to get there? 32 minutes. Bad. Okay, bad. No. I play at two churches. So when I play the Steinberger, the other one I play the pastor's bass, he has a 5-string Schecter that I play just because it's there and I don't have to worry about mine. Eventually, I'm gonna figure out a way to get them to stay there because my Zons are way better than both of those. But yeah, my Zon Sonus, the 5-string that I play mainly. I play the fretless to practice. When I practice in my room, it's always the fretless just because it helps a lot with your intonation and your finger spacing, because you can get, it's really easy to get used to and just keep your fingers together in proper technique if you have frets. But if you have fretless, you have to do it right or you're going to be out of tune. The amps, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think I've had four amps. Like I said, I started with some hard key 15-watt bass amp. I blew that thing out real quick, and then I had a PV 110-watt amp, and that's the one that's in my room. That's the one I use for most of my recording. And then for church, I had some Crate 100-watt bass amp that had like a tuner in it. I always use combo amps. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm going to use like an amp by itself in the head along with it. But the Crate got blown out too because it got banged around so much. I went to an Ampeg. My Ampeg is a 400-watt. It has two 10-inch speakers in it. That's the one I use at church mainly. I use that at the morning church and the afternoon church, since the pastor has a 4 8-inch cab and a hard key head on it, and I just use his stuff because I don't have to pick mine. But I use the Ampeg mostly. The Ampeg's pretty loud. It's loud enough for what I need it for. I did have issues with it at first, but it was covered under warranty, and I just had to go to a Ampeg warranty place to get it taken care of. And that's pretty much all the equipment that I use. I don't use any effects ever. I'm very anti-effects on bass. Unless it's just volume related or just pure volume, like making it louder or making it softer, I don't mess with it. I don't mess with any kind of effects of any sort, because I just don't like it. I don't like being dependent on pedals and stuff. I mean, it's like any guitar player in any rock or metal band, you take away their pedal board, they're nothing. But yeah, that's mainly most of the equipment that I use. Yeah, I'm gonna keep riding to work. Got 27 minutes left until I get there. So that's the end of this video. Send me links to videos of your equipment because I'm curious. I like to see what other people use. If you have any suggestions for me as a bass player, send those too. So yeah.